Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're watching a 100. This episode 11 of the final season. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying it so far. If you'd like to watch today's full episode, it is available for free in a link in the description below. Just click on it, put the password in and enjoy. Speaking about links in the description, we are running 4 votes. Yes, so we're running our most liked and disliked character of season 7. So that's 2 of them. We're running our most liked characters of seasons 1 to season 7 with 3 votes allowed. Pick any 3. Anybody that's had like a big impact in the show will be there, and your votes and mine will be shown and aggregated in the final episode, as well as the favourite seasons of the show from 1 to 7. 3 votes are allowed as well, and the most popular seasons will be aggregated and reviewed in the finals. So that's going to be really interesting. Cannot wait, and let's thank every single person in advance for taking part. Now, I've really actually enjoyed this season, but there's been little parts here and there that's actually really annoyed me. You know, I might sound about a broken record in terms of the Bellamy storyline, but he's been done pretty dirty this season. He's not even been in it. He's been killed. It's a final season. Don't really know why they've chosen to do that, but Echo wanted to get revenge. And if you had followed the story, obviously, from the start, up until last episode, you'd know that she's gone after them. She's been taken to Skyring. She's been a prisoner for 5 years. They've escaped. They've gone to Bardo. Do you know what I mean? Hope's pretty much not had a mum for most of her life. Diol's obviously not had a daughter for most of her life. They've all been there. They've been taken as prisoners pretty much. Then they've all been forced to try and pretend they're part of the cause, become recruits. Hope lost. She didn't pass it. She was going to get sent back. Do you know what I mean? Diolza, Echo, and you know, Octavia have been posing as part of their army. Then Clark's turned up. She's demanded the release. Echo says she's staying. You know, she can't give up the the rules right now. Then obviously Clark's gone and demanded to speak to them in private. And then Echo's just gone rogue. She's ended up killing a couple of the guards. She's told Hope, "Look, mate, I've synced the watches. I'm not telling you the plan, but I've never been on their side. You might think I have, but I'm not. You better get all our friends and all our family to the stone before this hour goes, because we're all gonna die." Pretty much that's what it is. She didn't say what was going to happen, but they worked out that she'd stolen the weapon. She'd beaten Levin up. She'd obviously killed a couple of people in front of him. She'd got this weapon that took out the people, well, the Bardoans the first time, and she was going to put it into the water system so that it was going to be dispersed out and it's going to infect and kill every single person. Now, I was all for it, to be honest. Sometimes you don't have to kill innocent people. I even said it last episode. But at the end of the day, I don't care about any of them there. I've got to hold my hand on the heart. I actually don't even care about any of them there. I really, really don't. So if she wanted to kill them, all for it. I really like Echo. Bellamy's dead. They're the prime reason. If she or Octavia wanted to get revenge, I'd be totally fine with it. But the one thing that did annoy me is the fact that she was so close to dropping it in, and who turned up to save all of the people there that caused all this chaos for them? Clark, Raven, do you know what I mean? And Miller, they turned up. This is not you. Diolza as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, Bellamy wouldn't have wanted this, and they kind of guilted her into not doing it. She started breaking down and crying. Anders coming in and was like, "Mate, I'm sick of you people. Do you know what I mean? No matter what we do, you always do this about love. You always come in, you always kill people." Hope was like, "Kill people? Bang! Get killed yourself, mate." He slit his neck, got the weapon, went over, went to drop it in, about to kill everybody. Diolza's put her hand in the way, hits her. She's got infected. She's turned into these crystal people, and she's died herself. So she's been following it. These people have kidnapped them, stole them from the families, killed Bellamy, turned them into prisoners, tried to brainwash them. Then when he wanted to get revenge, they've ended up actually saving them. I don't like it. That's my personal opinion on that. I don't understand what's going on. But another thing that's interesting is Jordan's deciphered this code, and he's thinking that they've been tried to transcribe it. They think it says it's the final war. He said, "Nah, mate, the language is very similar, and letters can also be mistaken as numbers and signs and stuff like that." And he believes instead of it being a last war, it's a final test, and somebody's got to go in and do it. So that's really interesting. And also back on Sanctum, it's revealed Shade Haders here. People are bending the knee. Who is it now, mate? Injus challenged him, solo combat. I was well scared for her. She nearly died. She was fighting to the death, but Maddie's come over. She's cut his eye out. He went to kill Maddie. She's ended up shouting stop, and she's bent the knee. You got to read the situation. Fight another day. You might have not lost, might not have won the battle, but you can still win the war. So I'm hoping she comes back strong. Hopefully, mate. It's going to be exciting. Like I said, I'm enjoying lots of stuff that's going on, but little bits here and there does annoy me a little bit, and last episode was one of them in terms of the Bardo situation. So I have no idea where we're going to go from here. Hopefully you guys are excited though. Thanks for checking out today's episode. If you do enjoy it, please smash a like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump into today's episode.
That's right. It's operational. It's a true no one's being punished. not even for killing Anders.
I don't think it's been determined.
The shepherd gave them his quarters.
The key, Shona. Once the last war begins, none of this will matter. Who cares about his damn quarters?
The shepherd actually don't care, does it? Last episode, he was saying, who cares about life, mate? This one's not important.
I can't let you die to save me. Jump through.
That was fast.
Just, I still think Bellamy went to a different place, me. It's pretty good, that. He is alive. I knew it, man. Wow, who's that? Oh, is that the guy that got blasted in with him? Right, so Bellamy is alive. Do you know what, right? I kind of feel better now. Not that he's alive, that I actually was right, and not because like a glow, more like I was justified for saying what's happened to him. Do you know what I mean? Because I even got to the point myself where I was like, do you know what then? Okay, he's dead. How many times I've been like, where's Bellamy? Where's Bellamy? Why are we not addressing it? And then we just like, he's dead, he's dead, he's dead. I'm like, okay, I'll just say he's dead then. And I'm going to go back to where's Gaia then? That is my next question. She's got in one. She definitely wasn't dead. Where's she gone? I'd be like, truce, man. Truce, truce. Oh, his kneecap's gone. Bellamy, man, there's got to be another way around that.
Stop! In the light of the shepherd for all mankind. Yes, he will save us. I will fight on his behalf. That's enough.
I'm more than happy to leave you here to die of your wounds, but there is a way off this planet. And to do it, it's gonna take both of us.
So I was saying truce. There's no point in fighting to the death in a place that you don't know.
Gonna hurt.
Do you want to walk again?
I need to get this bone aligned.
Oh, it's a bone.
He's not here.
Bite down hard.
Oh, imagine that. Imagine that.
I'd like to get out of here before we find out what these eggs grow into. If you pull through, I'll have a guy named Pike to thank. Taught us that the oozing sap from pine trees on Earth can make antiseptics.
It's got to have been quite a bit of time for him to make all of that rope.
No, sir. Never travel to another planet without something to read.
He turns up now and says he believes it. That'll stress me out as well.
I don't say thank you where you're from.
By all means, thank you.
Is this the Cave of Ascent?
How do you know about that?
I read it. The shepherd believes in transcendence and peace, right? But to get there, in order to reach the next step up, you have to fight a war.
Your beliefs, they're all about you. Your people, your sister. Your selfish view of the universe makes me sick.
It is through no higher power that you are alive right now. It is through me. It is because of me.
You. It's all about you. You saw the words. You didn't truly read this.
That was interesting in terms of, you know, what he was saying there. It falls back in kind of what he was saying last episode. It's like, they don't really care about the humans, do they? Like, and this is what I don't really understand. Like, what's their end goal? You know, he'll deliver me home. Where? Who to? What for? Are you going to be dead? You know what I mean? You'll sacrifice your life. What do you believe is going to happen? Like, at least Bellamy, like, he's moaning at Bellamy, like, you're doing it all for your people. But the fact is, you're doing it for nobody because you don't really care for nobody and have no attachments to them. That's kind of what I can't get my head around and understand. People might obviously tell me in the comments, and then once I read it and obviously, like, people explain it better, I kind of get a better understanding. Quite often happens when we do that, and obviously after you guys have your input. But from a total watching it from the first point of view, he's doing that to seek, obviously, get into there. But they don't care for anybody. They have no attachments, no loved ones. They form no bonds. Do you know what I mean? Where Bellamy, at least when he does it and he says, I'm doing it for Octavia and Clark, you're like, all right, decent. At least I know why you're fighting. You know what I mean? Last episode, why Hope was trying to take them out and kill them because of what happened to her and the whole backstory. I got behind it. I was all for it. It was cheering. These people, I'm not. That's why I said I had no problem with all them dying, because I don't care for any of them. I don't really like most of the stuff that they're doing. Well, obviously, like Echo and Hope and Diosa and stuff. I understand their background, why they fighting, why they want to get revenge. And I'm like, do you know what? Do it. Let's go for it. But these, not so much. But also, you know, what Bellamy's saying there, you know, no higher power kept you alive. I did. And it does annoy me when people say, me, but he's not lying. You would be dead if he didn't take care of you. And that's a fact. And we must have jumped quite far in the future. The guy's got a gate on the cave. He's created ropes. Do you know what I mean? He's done his leg up. He's been out. He's found eggs. So it must be a couple of months now.
It's only been a week. Any pain?
A week. I've just said it must have been a couple of months. And a week, the guy's got a broken leg. They trying to tell us the guy snapped his leg and he's walking on it after a week.
Slow down. Wear yourself out before the actual climb.
I stand on your shoulders. I should be able to reach that handle, and from there...
I should go first. I'll hoist you up. My leg can bear my weight, not the both of us.
Be careful!
You're telling me there's no other way around that rock? What's to say he goes up there, right? And then there's another one of them they've got to do, or another area they can't pass.
Throw down the rope!
Gotta tie it up against something first, Bellamy. The thing is, the guy's got no reason to not keep Bellamy around. Like, there's no benefit of being a sole survivor.
It's true the shepherd prepared for his pilgrimage to explore the universe. He had to. But it was here in ETHEREA that he found what he was seeking.
You sure your shepherd isn't laughing at us?
Imagine trying to get up there, how long that'll take.
Choose to believe whatever you want. Shepherd was here. He wrote of the hardships. Climb long enough to know we can outrun this. Can't outrun that.
That guy reminds me of Russell, he actually really does.
So how'd your shepherd deal with it? Pray it all away? He sought shelter when he needed it. Trees are getting thinner. It's only getting steeper. Keep going up, you're going to die. Well, at least I won't have to hear about the shepherd anymore.
He's going to get transformed, Bellamy. I do think you need a break, to be honest. You know, don't expend all your energy, especially in this weather.
I'm not afraid.
This guy's going to save him now.
They don't say thank you where you're from?
Hey, that's
All
good.
even.
What's that though? It's been walking about and living there. Oh.
Fire.
He has been there.
Quick. Good earth skills.
I haven't done anything yet.
Oh, is it a different one? Looks like people.
The Cave of Ascent.
What did you say? The Cave of Ascent? Interesting. What I want to know is that, you know, is this episode going to be all of them? Because, I don't know, it's like, do you remember the second episode when we was on Skyring and we had the whole Hope storyline and I was saying, mate, that start was like the best 5 minutes we've ever had on the opening. I actually really liked it. We had a montage of her backstory. Seen her growing up, it was music, it was decent, I enjoyed it. And I think at the end of that episode I was saying, you know what? This was really good. It'll definitely fly this early on in the season. It works perfect. It gets us to know the characters and understand them and go for them. But do you reckon it'd fly later on? Maybe episode 10, 11, 12? I definitely said that. And that's what I'm thinking in today, me. I'm thinking that, like, here, so long late into the show, going into the final stages, you know, after this, you know, we've only got up until 16. And I don't know if the placement of this is slow, but like, yeah, like it's slow. Like, I expect from now on up until the final episode to be just big build up, high, fast pace, and this is like dead slow. This is like, to me, episode 2 or 3 introductory, like Clark in when, you know, when she was on her own, surviving on the planet, walking around. It worked perfect because it was the start of the season and you was like, where are we going? What's the storyline? Do you know what I mean? How good's this? She's surviving. Who's that? And it's a placement of the episodes. I feel like now we're on the back end. This should have been dropped in like episode 5 or something like that. I don't know when Bellamy was actually blown into the thing, but what I mean is, like, I feel like we're too far late into the season now to be having something as slow paced as this one.
With his own eyes, a testament of those that ascended. And he knew his labors were not in vain. He saved us from the fire that consumed the earth. These beings are of the civilization that ascended. Their mortal forms have risen. In view of proof, yet still you doubt.
The guy could have wrote that book after he's been there and just altered it towards that. Do you know what I mean? So if anybody finds it, they're like him.
I know there's no food, but there's plenty of lichen on the wall you should eat. The shepherd survived for 3 months in this cave.
Let me see that picture again.
I told you.
This guy is a cult leader, fraud, a con man.
He predicted the Earth's end.
That book of yours says the civilization needs to have the tech know-how enough to work the stone. And those beings of light, they lived in a cave.
If you don't trust the messenger, then trust the truth of the message, the beings in the cave. You felt it.
I believe in what I can prove. Not just words in some book. My people, that is what is real.
A consequence of your selfish love.
Please tell me again how it's better not to love.
Love is not the problem. How you love that is. I love all people equally.
If those beings of light are just waiting for you at the end of your rainbow, go in and bunk with them.
He explained that he don't love soul people. He just loves everybody equal. Kind of does fit what they were saying last episode though, wasn't it? Like, everybody's the same. Look at him now, mate.
Your obsession with your sister and your friend. It's what drives the darkness that makes you suffer.
What did the shepherd believe in?
The bond that unites us all. That we're all connected. I can help show you, if you like.
Sure.
Deep breath in. Feel your lungs expand. In the shadow of the shepherd for all mankind. In the shadow of the shepherd for all mankind. In the shadow of the shepherd for all mankind.
I don't think this is gonna work.
He looks cleaner now. I don't know if I like him with his big beard and long hair or his short hair.
Bellamy, follow me.
Mom.
My son.
Jump into it.
The first time he chose to pray and the storm broke. It means we're worthy, I think.
Still a mission that way though, isn't it? See, the thing is, this is a prime example of, I think again, you know, earlier on, or one of the times I was saying, like in one of the episodes, that say faith or like a language, people mainly only follow it / know it because that's what they're told from an early age. So whatever religion you follow, you was told that that's the right religion for you when you was born, and obviously all your life you followed it. And I'm not saying it's bad. You can have a great life. That guy's obviously loving his, and he's happy with the shepherd's message and what he's lived up and believing all of his life. So I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but what I'm saying is, what I like is when people find the faith differently. So instead of being born into a language or born into a religion and saying this is the right one no matter what, I like it when people get put in a position in their life where they need to seek out help, whether it's from a friend or family or a higher power, just for example. And then obviously you fall into the faith because you've experienced how it would make you a better person and a better life. And the fact is, I'm not going to lie, if I was in that situation there, I sat down and I started praying, and I ended up getting visuals and seeing the shepherd, and he was taking me in, and I was seeing my mum, and I was going into the light, and then I awoken, and then the storm had stopped after 3 months or whatever. I would start believing. I actually would start believing, because do you know what? It's like in a desperate time, you've turned to faith. You seek to higher power, you seek help, and it's come. Your prayers have been answered. And is that not what it's all about? Do you know what I'm saying? See, basically, he said, did he say earlier on the episode, I believe that stuff's real. Seeing is believing, or whatever's. The prime example right here. Do you know what I mean? He's seeing. Now he's starting to believe.
The sun's going down. We'll never make it up there before dark.
We could go back, but it took us this long to get here from the cave.
If we're on that face when night falls, we'll freeze there.
We may, but the days are getting shorter. It's our best chance. Our only chance. Have some faith.
Can't argue with someone using your own words against you, can you?
Look at me. I slipped the book in your provision bag. I wrote the stone codes inside. You can activate the stone yourself.
Bellamy's kind of already lost one person like this.
For all mankind, the will find a way. For all mankind.
Mate, I'm surprised that you didn't get pulled off that. Imagine the weight dragging you. You'd be getting launched off it yourself.
I don't understand.
You're gonna jump?
How can you be sure that the bridge is down there?
I am afraid.
Yeah, it's ballsy, mate. You know you're pretty much jumping to your death if it's wrong. So they're falling back into the present then.
Talk about a leap of faith.
True.
Welcome back, Bellamy.
My shepherd.
How's he gonna react, man?
Thank God for the flame.
How could you eat right now?
You can always eat.
I'm gonna offer to do it as soon as the rest of you are safely back on Sanctum.
The shepherd.
It's hard to keep the Blakes down.
Hey, that's good, Octavia.
Hold. She has the key.
Flame. I think it's still in my head to say nothing.
My shepherd.
You don't have the key.
There's something you should know. Clark doesn't have the key.
You messed it up, mate.
I'm sorry.
Again, right, I can't blame Clark for passing him that information. I can't, because... But did it need to be said? I get that's the thing. That I'm not gonna moan about that, but like, did it need to be said? Did that have to be said in that situation there? And you know, Bellamy's committed to the cause. You know what? I think that what would you call it? Not self-sabotage, because like Blood Drainer, that was interesting. She went on two big most liked characters from our votes, you know, in 2 seasons, and then the next one, you know, the dislike, in my opinion, I give the most dislikes. But like this one, I think it's totally different. Like, she was heavily in the storyline and it was interesting, and I think this is the worst treatment to a character that I think I've just like ever seen. Like, I think it's just whatever they've done to Bellamy this season, it's just been terrible. It really has. Like, after today's episode, I want Echo to kill him. That's that. I would be happy, yeah. Like all season, I'd be like, "Where's Bellamy? How have they killed him? He's had shit death." Blah blah blah. Now, after this episode, I'm kind of on the side as they just wrote his character off. There's no use for him. It's not even serving a purpose. He's just a number. I feel like he's just a number in a box. You know what I mean? Like, and he has no real massive impact on the story. And I would be happy if Echo killed him. Or Octavia, because this isn't Bellamy that I know. It's just totally someone different. And like, I get this episode. He's been, like I was saying a minute ago, man. Like, the guy's experienced enough on. How did he even say that? ETHEREA, where like he believes in the shepherd, and I can't blame him for that. I actually can't blame him for that. You know, he's been there, he survived with another guy. You know what I mean? They've been put through tough situations and life defining, and they've been on their last legs, and they've been no hope. He started to pray. He's seen the light. He's seen faith. Do you know what I mean? He's been saved. I get why he would be believing in it. I do. I really, really do. But the thing is, I'm still hardcore. The OG cast. The Octavia. The Clarks. I was going to say Echo, but she's only been introduced. So, but they're my people. They are my people. Do you know what I mean? I'll fight for them. If you go against them, then I want you to be taken out. If I say it in all the other shows, don't matter if you're my favourite character, if you're Damon, if you're Stefan, you know, if you're Klaus, you go against the people that we cheer and we're champion, you need to get put in your place. And if you're going to be working for these, the Bardones, mate, against Clark and against Octavia, and the fact is, you know, by saying that they could possibly die, because did she actually tell them as well that they think that the key's in my head and that's like the only reason why we're here? Do you know, that's safe? Or they might have said that a minute ago before Bellamy walked in. He's put their life in danger, and that's something that I don't like. So I don't know, man. This episode was fine, but I feel like placement just killed it. It should be like episode 3 or 4, then it would have worked great. But now, the end, as we're going into it, we definitely focused a lot on one single soul episodes. We've done it, mate. We've seen them on that planet, him on that planet, Hope on hers. You know what I mean? We've had them stories of the training. We've committed full on hardcore into one episode per one story. And like I said, mate, you know, usually I do enjoy that and I think it's good. And I'm not moaning about that, but I'm saying that when you do that, you have to make sure it fits. It fits with the storyline. It does. And it's concurrent. Like with what's happening about them attacking, then him coming. And like when Clark arrived, then we got the backstory of these and how they got to that planet. It is concurrent. But I don't know, man. Like when you do the single soul episodes, it has to be like so good. Because you focused on 2 characters all episode. And I feel like with episode 11 and towards the end, I do feel like it was possibly too slow. Okay, that's going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. As I was saying at the start in the intro, we are running our most likely to dislike characters of Season 7, as well as our top 3 favourite seasons from the show from 1 to 7, and our top 3 favourite, you know, members of the cast from 1 to 7. So it's going to be really interesting to see. Please do get voting, and your results might be shown in the final episode. So what is your opinion on today? Do you know what I mean? I know that I've been banging on about placements, but, you know, I don't feel like we've done Bellamy any good this season. And to be honest, the storylines that he's been given is pretty terrible. And if he's coming here, like, this is my stance on all shows, regardless of characters that I enjoy. You know, if you ever go against your own people, then I do feel like you get the consequences that are coming to you. And whether it's a death, being struck down by Clark or Echo, do you know what I mean? Even if it's Octavia doing it, then I'll be all for it. And as well, when it's the final season, I accept everybody dying. I do accept it. You know, like, if Bellamy died and I knew that he died in the episode where they told us that he died, I would have accepted it. But the fact is, it wasn't a good death, and obviously now we know that he wasn't dead. And because it was so like, did it happen? Did it not? And it was never addressed properly. And then we was just going on saying he has died. But then I was like, well, if he has died and they're doubling down on it for like 5 episodes, then I feel bad for him. Because, like, why would you do that to a character that's give us all these moments in the show and got up until this point? Do you know what I mean? So, like, the treatment of that and the way they'd done it wasn't the best in my opinion. And then obviously here, I get his story and I get why he's in this position. But if he's coming here and he's going against his people at the end of it, then again, like I said, I'm going to be going against you, Bellamy. And, you know, if Indra died last episode against Russell in that fight, or Shadehead or whatever's, I would have accepted it. It was a warrior's death. I would have seen it. I would have known that she fought doing what she always set out intended to do. And that was to try and save her people. And if she died, I'd be devastated. I'd be wounded. But I know that the show's finishing in episode 16. And we've not got far to go. And she would have been a great character all the way up until that point. And I would have, you know, definitely, you know, gone out happy and sad and upset at the same time. Where, like, this one, it's different. Bellamy's not going out fighting for his people. He switched allegiances or alliances or whatever you want to call it right at the very end. Because he's seen the light. Because his life's been put in this situation. I don't know, man. It kind of puts me into, like, the last episode situation where, like, these people have come in. I'm not going to say it again because I've said it, but a quick summary. These people have come in. They've kidnapped you. They forced you to live on different planets, took people. You fought. You're there. You're trapped. You tried to escape. And then you sacrifice yourself to save them. And then, you know what I mean? And then we're here again. Bellamy's come. He's been kidnapped. He's been taken. Or like, blew up, nearly killed. And then he's come back and now he's saving them. He's on their side. And it's like, to me, I don't like that. It just annoys me. It's me as a person. And that's just how I read storylines. And, like, I actually don't like the way it's going. To be honest, yeah, I actually don't like it the way it's going. Like, I was so happy, buzzing at the start of the season with this Bardone storyline and this jump into the planets, and I was way more interested than the Shade Hader one. But at the back end, it's totally flipped. It actually has. It's flipped on its axis, mate. Do you know what I mean? I'm way more invested in Madder, Shade Hader, Murphy, you know, Imura. What's going on with, you know, Indra? Who's going to win that final battle for Sanctum? What's, you know what I mean? Like, what is the deal there? All in on that. Really loving it. It's got people that I actually enjoy and like with an impactful storyline. And then you got here, it's annoying. I've got the people that I really enjoy being here on this planet, but they like saving themselves for them, and then, like, turning allegiances towards them, and then like our people are not really getting anything out of it, and I'm just like, what's going on, mate? Literally, like, is a war gonna happen? What's the final test? Can we just get to it, the action? Because they're here. It's been ever since getting to it, it's been so good all the way up, and then it's just slow burner. It's like we had the cooker full power, flames was going, it's like, whoa, mate, yes, it's boiling, it's good. And then we get there, and then you turn it down to simmer, and we just go in dead slow, and it's like, come on, man, let's turn the heat back up. And that is literally how I felt here in Bardo for the last few episodes. So I don't know, it sounds like I'm hating. Probably am, to be honest. You know, we're at the very end now. I always expect the final seasons to be great, and they always do kind of dip. And it's like, why? Why, man? Send me out on a happy note, on a high, on a buzz. And it always sends me out on a sad moaner. But like I said, mate, we're going to champion through, see what goes on. Let's hope the people in Sanctum and Ninja can get our spirits back up. And do you know what? Like I said, mate, I just want action. Clark and everybody. That's why I was so buzzing and pumped last episode when I thought Hope was going to drop that and Echo, and he didn't. And now it's like, back here again, Bellamy on their side, telling them they've not got the flame. What's going to happen to them? It is interesting, but it's also like stressful. And that is where my current stance is on the story. Hopefully, guys, enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please smash like. Really helps out. Subscribe if you do. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.